The cook was right. The pigs had destroyed everything. Ember chuckled. The dangerous plant was no match for a hungry piggy. The frog seemed nervous, but also relieved to see Ember. They told Ember that the birds had let all and that the pigs had eaten all whilst the birds watched and laughed, except the one precious thing the frog had managed to keep safe. The frog offered the lotus seeds to Ember. They pleaded for Ember to take the lotus seeds to their old friend, as the frog knew how important good ingredients were in hard times. Ember found the Wanderer's diary. The earth resists my wishes. The lanthorn will not answer when I blow. I must be rid of it. I hide the wretched instrument deep in a riddle. The stranger closed their eyes and let the fog overwhelm them. Soft, gentle fog, it held them like a vice. The mist could not be pushed, would not be fanned away. The stranger spoke. The fog didn't choose me, it just was. I hope it never closes on you, friend. Ember uncovered a journal entry. I dock my boat at the final harbour. Soft drips drip dripping over slick black rock. Something hisses from the dark. The stranger couldn't face themselves. It just hurt to be outshone. Easier just to turn aside. The stranger searched Ember's face. Is there hope for me, do you think? Will I make it? So soon? I can't believe I've never cooked with lotus seeds before. Ember felt happy seeing the cooks. What a lovely surprise. Please try some. It's not much, but there's plenty to go around. Help yourself. Be well, little one. And do remember me if you are ever hungry. The pig was joyous. My insides feel as refreshed as my outside. I did not dream such food was possible. We will plant a garden of treats. Compliments to the chef. The ghost said, "You have done all you can, little one. Your journey, Liza. You have done well to get this far, little one. I will clear the path ahead for you." You have seen another watching over you. They know the secrets of this place. Seek them out. Softly, the Ember said, "Most people are unhappy sometimes." With love, the stranger said, "I needed a friend." And with courage, the Ember said, "We should be more careful of each other." Gently, the stranger said, Lives of the Ember spoke hesitantly. Nothing, the Ember whispered. "It's so long," the stranger said thoughtfully. "I needed better friends. I can see that now." The painting was the same as two embers shone clearly in the daylight now, their journey ahead. The forlorn was cold to the touch. Different, the stranger spoke. Thank you. I can't let another in right now. Ember shared a moment with the forlorn and hoped they would find what they needed. Hidden away was a scrap of journal. The snake is drawn to the light. They are not so fearsome after all. I think they mean no harm. Well now, we've been looking... Oh, fun, over the wall. Hope you have a good excuse for running off, Scab. Ember felt nervous standing before the king again. Frustrated, the false king said, "Oh, you must rest now. You give false hope. Try and fail and hurt. This is..." Ember could feel the false king looking right through them. "This end, there no more. Why not stop? Let go of this. You must stay. No more foolish hope. Last chance. Take key now. Make sure gates are locked. Let no more in. Let no more out." Ember took the key. What choice did they have? Yeah, this really is your last chance. Don't betray the Forest King again. The stranger glanced around, speaking in hushed tone. "You managed to slip down to the... I think I'll look for the campfire there too. Good luck to you, stranger." The Ember looked proud. "I've nearly earned my..." The Ember hesitated. "Oh, I can't wait until everyone has to listen to me." "Yeah." The traveler looked lost. "I wanted so long. Something feels wrong. I'm not sure it feels right here either." The stranger inhaled deeply. "Don't tell anyone, but the secret ingredient is pork." The stranger spoke earnestly. "I've seen those embers turn forlorn. It's a shame they wouldn't listen." The crossroads gate was locked. Ember placed the key in the lock and slowly began to turn it. Eagerly, Ember left the birds behind, glad to be free. The traveler whispered, "Watch the birds build the dam night and day. Took them forever. They had no clue what they were doing. It was hilarious." It was an abandoned boat, sadly stranded in the mud. Ember was at the entrance to a dark cave, the smell of stale like it had once been flooded, but now was bone dry. The forlorn was not the same as the others. Flinching at Embers, the stranger spoke. I'm not ready to let go of how I'm feeling. With regret, Ember moved on. Excitedly, the stranger said, "Look, it's our friend. This crab is together. We can trap him. I've got a plan. I'm waiting for someone to help. You help me, and I'll help you. Try lowering the crab over here with the chum in that bucket." Crab is all yours. Didn't plan? Look at that claw though, friend. Could do some real damage. Ember found a scrap of journal. In the dark, I slip and stumble, land hard upon my knee. Without thinking, I reach for an absent hand. Hidden inside was the wanderer's journal. Alone I searched. I swallowed hesitation. And at last, the doorway opened. But beyond there was nothing. I did not understand. Ember thought of the pigs from the marsh. Someone had tightly sealed. Ember wondered what secrets it might spill. Inside was a secret diary entry. And so it goes. We try, we fail, there is nothing more. Home is not as I wished. Hope, do not believe in false hope. the stranger pondered. I just to help get the water flowing again. But I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. The bellows breathed life into the fire beneath the boiler. But it would take more air to fully stoke the fire. Oh, that did something. I think there's one more of those valve things. You did it. I hope we don't get in trouble. What a satisfying rush the dam waters burst. Ember really did hope they wouldn't be in trouble. A lost message was inside. The embers rush past in a blur. They must not know what awaits. Poor, foolish little embers. A few trip and falter, grasping for a reason to stop or turn around. With everything flooded again, Ember wondered if now they could reach the entrance of the cave. Freed from the mud, the boat looked inviting. Ember found a secret note from the Wanderer. A few embers flock together. Together we linger. Together we could be a beacon, a lighthouse. The passageway was dark and eerily silent. Ember wondered why the dam had been blocked. There was a lens on the wall. It looked dull in the darkness. There was a space. Ember found a lost message. I cannot move on, but I can protect others. We would be comfortable here, happy one day. As the gate opened, what was the gate keeping locked away? Ember had found another unlit campfire at the heart of the cave. The ghost said, "Speak and I will listen." This is the cave. Fear would not allow hope to You must not lose hope, or you too will turn full. Ember thought of those they loved, those they'd left behind. There are others lost along their journey. Find them and I will guide them. The Forest King, watch it. The campfire will light the way. Find those who are lost. Bring embers to the fire. Travel wisely. Return if you have lost your way. The stranger seemed troubled. The Forest King offered me a feather. Maybe I should just take it. The stranger muttered, "Well, I'm not falling for that again." Inside was a scrap of journal. A rusty bucket rattles in the depths, a meddler from a bygone time. They want to be helpful, piecing together the wood and the gears. I ensure they do not see what they build. A shadow moved. The stranger whispered. Creepy, that one is. Yeah, watching you. Specifically you. The creature's body slithered between the rocks, seeming to never end. The stranger was wary, coiled and tense. The dark had gifted them friends in the past. The dark had stolen much more. Would this new light do the same? The stranger whispered, "I'm so tired. Do you know the way?" The Wanderer's Diary. No more lanthorn tunes, no more confrontation. Hazy faces put aside, none need face the end. The stranger was tired of pretending. Fortune had always favored them. They'd never have made it on their own. Had they deserved to make it this far? The stranger spoke simply. Thank you. Terror gripped Ember suddenly. Fear overwhelmed them. The splintered plank was all that remained of Ember. They sat for a moment, and perhaps the Forest King was right. There was no hope here. A discarded builder robot. The poor thing was rusted in place. The builder's thoughts were stuck in a loop. Nay. disconnected gears in their head turning round and round. Each unshared moment went the same. Lost and uncared for was a dim glow. The years of loneliness had warped the builder's feelings. Perhaps they should be alone. Time spent with others felt like a false memory. The soundless days measured piece by piece. Who's there? It's dark, I'm ever so afraid. Keep talking to me, please. Why are you? The feathered ones did this to me. It's been so long since I've seen anyone. Since I've talked to anyone. I can feel the warmth of the sun on an outside place. It's okay if you don't want to help. It would be so nice to see what you look like. It was wonderful to meet you. Don't forget me, please. The others never came back. Ember found the Wanderer's diary. In a forgotten clearing, I meet a stranger, but they do not respond. Motionless, their body all rock and cold. What has happened? The builder took a moment as they tried to focus their art, so that's what you look like. I don't know what I expected, but you have a kind face. Sorry, it's just been so long since I've seen anyone. I've never been good at talking to others. You seem different somehow. Wait, how did you get here? Oh, that's unfortunate. You'll be stuck here without a builder seem to have an idea. You know, maybe I can help you. This is so exciting. This is what I was made for. It's been so long since I made something for someone. Ember watched in amazement. Could I get your input for a moment? The scraps of broken wood and metal were being transformed. Whatever the builder was making was nearly ready. I really hope you like it. Oh, it's a bit rough around the edges. It's definitely seaworthy. You hate it, don't you? Ember stood in stunned silence. That is such relief. Really warms my pistons. I'm so happy. Oh no. I'm not. very kind of you. Truly, I would if I could. But if you see any others, perhaps ask them to visit the builder. Ember would come back if they could. Perhaps the builder just needed more time. Oh, hello again. Hope you're doing okay. Just make every single one the same, they said. Yeah, please send it to me. Imagine their faces when visible. How about duckboats? Their faces. So nice. The caves, just the grey walls, the grey floors, the darkness closing in. I'm not good with others. They're always so mean and cruel, and perhaps that should have been a hint. The snake is misunderstood. They're just a giant metal snake drawn to the light. Just why are people so quick to judge that giant reptile? What it means to have my sight returned. You finally watch the sunset again. I've never seen the sunset in this dark cave. I could. Don't forget me. It was so nice to meet you. The boat was a little unconventional, but Emma already loved it. Tremendous, terrifying shape slithered from the shadow. The snake's body coiled around the forlorn like a scaly shield. Ember uncovered a journal entry. I find another encased by stone. I feel their mutterings, whispers under my skin. They are forlorn. They cannot find home. It is terrifying. The stranger was so lost. curling and coiling, lost forever. The stranger looked at Ember with relief. I tried to go back, but I just went nowhere. Time to go forward, I think. The light acted as a beacon, drawing the snake up. Ember swallowed their fear, feeling tiny before the enormous serpent. The forlorn was released from the coil of the snake's body. Hidden away was a scrap of journal. The forlorn have entered my dreams, their accusing voices inescapable. The stranger's thoughts bubbled up freely. The invitation was clear. Some thoughts were easily found. Some thoughts only whispered. old feelings in a complex tongue. The stranger had much to consider. The stranger seemed grateful. I think I have to choose for myself. Ember felt pity for the skeleton, without a flower to mark their grave. Ember found a scrap of journal. I kneel in the damp. Tiny stones pierce my knees. The mud soaks. Lost. Too tired to sleep. I will not be stone. The stranger had misplaced a memory. They tried to remember but found more voids. Only the shape of the thought remained. The stranger looked around fearfully. I stayed in the nest too long. The spindle was missing a handle, so Ember couldn't turn it. Tremendous, terrifying shape slithered from the shark. The snake's body coiled around the floor like a scaly shield. Hidden inside was the Wanderer's journal. Damn the water, scuttle the boats. This will be our new home. We will stay in our nest forever. Inside was a secret diary entry. This is the promised home. I have nothing to resolve. Close the gates. Keep all lost souls safe. The stranger's heart was in knots. The stranger's heart was in knots. The sun faded memory. With tears, the stranger said, "You have reminded me, friend. The beacon." The light acted as a beacon, drawing the snake and the swallow to their fear, feeling tiny before the enormous serpent. The forlorn was released from the coil of the snake's body. The stranger had been robbed by an icy hand. They had burned so bright, so brilliant. But with flicker and ash, their flame had faded. The stranger looked at their hands tearfully. I had forgotten how warm it feels, just being. The ghost said, "You have done all you can, little one. Your journey is nearing its end, little one. You have cleared a path for others to follow. I will guide them after you have gone." Only the Forest King knows where the final campfire sleeps. Ask them your questions. Know that if you return here, you will always be welcome. Gently, the stranger said, "Love survives us all in the end." The ember spoke hesitantly. "Nothing," the stranger said thoughtfully. "I needed better friends. I think the stranger spoke. Please take it." The stranger spoke simply. "Thank you." Gratefully, the ember said, "I felt so trapped for such a long time." The taste of fresh air was welcoming, as Ember left caves behind. The forlorn was different. Their gentle music, they sang. I was Ember, I was bird. None were my true self. I will not go back to flame nor feather. I will find another way. Ember understood and let them be. Something was wrong. Ember could feel it. It was quiet. All the birds had gone. There you are. You've done. The king is gone. Gone. Telling lies, being tricksy. We had no troubles till this one. The king is dead. Dead. They'll be coming for us now, all of them. Who looks after us now? What does we do? I'm not a real bird. Just, they're not even a real bird. Who look after them now? A lost message was inside. Feathers red and ashes white, embers shelter from the night. Still and safe and nestled tight, final hours of the fading light. Chains and pulleys in the base of the chair. It didn't feel real. The Forest King wasn't real. Broken boats were scattered on the water. The ghost spoke. Brave little one, this is the last campfire. Your path ahead is clear. What you do now is yours to decide. This is the end of the path. You have helped all who can be helped. It is time to complete your own journey. A boat lies waiting, but it belongs to another. Their path was not so straight as yours. Seek them out before you move on. In the clearing, Ember hoped to find answers. Behind the Forest King's puppetry was the wanderer in the red. The stranger spoke. Why didn't you stop? Why not? Don't you see? This is all there is. What hope can there be in that? The stranger had dropped their mask. Ember knew they spoke the truth. The path goes nowhere, but we sail on regardless, slipping beyond the horizon, one after the other. In the end, I destroyed. What have I done? Slowly, the stranger withdrew. I wanted to be a lighthouse for others. How do you save others once your light has gone out? The wanderer's thoughts had become twisted. Hiding every day behind a mask. Watching hopeful little ones arrive endlessly. Knowing the empty path that lay ahead. Inside their dim light was a hidden pain. They had watched those they care for turn forlorn. They had locked their hope away, tried to protect it. And Ember's actions had seemed a distorted mirror. The wanderer searched for words. When I reached this place, I could see the truth. This is all that there is. How do you face that? I'm not ready. I turned back, built a little nest. What a mess that was. You hope, you try, you fail, and then nothing more. I thought I was saving them, that they would lose hope if they knew, but without an end they lost hope anyway. The wanderer took a breath. I thought it would lead somewhere, mean something. Ember paused. So many places the path had taken them, so many others whose paths had crossed their own. After everything I've done, I don't deserve to move on. Only my boat remains. Finish your journey. Leave this place. Ember knew the end lay ahead. Were they any more ready than the wanderer? There is a place where the lost embers go as their light begins to fade.